Dr. David Otwoma, a physicist by profession and the President, Nuclear Society of Kenya, says there should be no fears at all.
If anything, before Germany shut down their nuclear power plants, all the nuclear power plants in Germany were along rivers. So the people who are concerned with marine life found that, normally nuclear power plants use a lot of water for cooling. So the water in the inlet is usually the same temperature as the environment. And then the water at the outlet is a bit warmer after being used to cool and using heat exchange. So they found marine life where the water is being discharged was healthier. Yes. So also marine life is not affected. And the beautiful thing when you have a nuclear power plant, now the environmentalists will be doing their measurements. Like in Kenya, we have Kenya Nuclear Regulatory Authority. They'll be doing their measurements. The owners of the nuclear power plant will be doing their measurements. The neighbors, the community around, they'll be doing their measurements. And all those people will require scientists. And they'll be using similar equipments, probably getting the same results. And so those fears will be alleviated.
On its part, the government says everything is on course and the 1,000 megawatts project is almost ready for takeoff. Justus Ambutsi Wabuyabo is the Chief Executive Officer, Nuclear Power and Energy Agency, NUPEA.
According to our schedule is that by 2027, we should actually be doing the groundbreaking for the construction of Kenya's first nuclear power plant, with the commissioning taking place in 2034, if all goes well.
But even as NUPEA engages another gear, residents of Uyombo accuse the agency of leaving them behind. They say as a community they have not been fully and openly engaged on the subject, which continues to cause jitters among them, which resulted in the protest that rocked the otherwise sleepy village of Uyombo in Masangoni on 21st May 2024. They claim there is some element of lack of transparency and the project appears to be shrouded in some mystery and being undertaken in a cult-like manner literally.
Pale chanzo kuwe na ushauri wa pamoja na jamii. Jambo hilo halikufanyika na wananchi wengi hapa hawakujua mpaka siku ambayo watu wanakuja kusema hapa kutafanywa jambo fulani. Kwa hivyo jinsi ambavyo uliletwa mwananchi hakufahamu, jambo la kwanza. Kwa hivyo matatizo yalianza hapo, na kwamba shirika la NUPEA ilipokuja kuanza kufahamisha watu kuhusu jambo ambalo litaendelea hapa Uyombo, walikuja kwa ahadi nyingi, kuahidi wananchi. Licha ya kuelimisha wananchi, ama hata jambo hilo halikufanyika kabisa la kuelimisha, kwa sababu kama ni kuelimisha basi ni kuchukua watu hapa, baadhi ya watu kuchukua point watu kuwapeleka Kilifi kwa mahoteli, halafu wao inasemekana ndio public participation ilifanywa. Kwa hivyo hakuna public participation ilifanywa. Wananchi wengi karibu 90% hawajui mambo ya nuclear.
Mimi naona mikutano ya kushirikisha umma, hizo public participation kama zilifanywa, basi zilifanywa kisiri. Lakini sisi wananchi hatukujua kabisa. Kile ninachojua mimi, kulikuwa na mkutano pale Uyombo Girls. Mkutano huo ulikuwa ni wa kufungua darasa lilijengwa na pesa ya CDF kutoka kwa mbunge wetu Owen. Mimi huo mkutano sikuenda, lakini kuna dadangu alienda hapo kwa mkutano. Alivyorudi akasema katika huo mkutano, baada ya kwamba Owen amehutubu amemaliza, akawa anatoka, wakasema kwamba mimi ninaenda, lakini kuna hawa wageni wamemletea mazuri, naomba muwasikize.
But then I think what NUPEA did is they were in a hurry and they wanted to use shortcuts. Because even before they gave us a report, the technical report, they gave us the environmental assessment report. Before they gave us any of those reports, NUPEA had already set up its mind that they were going to install the plant there, without even having a report of the community engagement. So when they saw that community engagement was difficult, they resorted to a divide and rule. So they will pick a few people from the village, take them to a hotel, convince them that this is a good project, give them money, give them food and all that. So
The people
come back here, the people say no.
The idea of stakeholder engagement for a nuclear program is a lifetime initiative. You have to engage the community before you start the project. You have to engage the community when you are planning the project. You have to engage the community when you're implementing the project. You have to engage the community when you're commissioning the project. You have to engage the community when you're operating the project. And Duncan, you have to engage the community when you're even planning the commissioning. So it is a lifetime process. We have had engagement with the people of Kilifi. We have had engagement with the people of Kwale. We have had the engagement with people of Mombasa. We have had engagement with people of Turkana. We have had engagement with people of Tana River. We have had engagement with people in Kajiado. We have had engagement with Kenyans through different processes.
Kilifi North Member of Parliament Owen Baya, in whose constituency the plant will be domiciled, says when Nupea engaged him for the first time in 2018, it had 3 possible locations in the coast region: Uyombo in Kilifi, Kwale and Tana River.
Now, for them to determine whether any of these is viable, then they needed to do certain tests and do certain technical evaluations and all that for them to determine. But the one in Kwale had issues because they said to get the equipment and the materials past the ferry to the other side was nearly impossible. Okay, because they have to use the ferry, you know, and those are huge equipment, so they cannot. So they also said that Tana River has insecurity issues. So if you put a nuclear power plant there with insecurity issues, it would be suicidal. So the only other place they wanted to check whether it is possible to set up was Kilifi.